From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday graced the inaugural Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao or BARM Local Legislative General Assembly at the Acacia Hotel in Davao City. The event commemorates the sense of unity and empowerment fostered by the enactment of the BARM Organic Law or Republic Act No. 11054 on July 26, 2018. This legislative milestone nationally acknowledges the legitimacy of the Bangsamoro people's cause and upholds the rights of Muslim and tribal Filipinos in Mindanao. In his speech, the President said that this gathering is crucial to obtain the country's goals of peace and progress, especially the BARM government, so that they may improve the socio-economic condition of the Bangsamoro people. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
I extend my heartfelt greetings to the esteemed leaders convened here today at this inaugural BARM Local Legislative General Assembly. Your presence here and the holding of this assembly signifies that the spirit of cooperation and unity runs strong amongst our BARM leaders. I recognize, of course, the Vice Mayor's League of the Philippines and the BARM Ministry of Interior and Local Government for organizing this event. The insights and initiatives that will transpire from this discussion are crucial to our goal of achieving peace and progress in our nation and in BARM governments. As you use this platform to assess the challenges in the implementation of the Organic Act for the BARM, you also explore the various collaborations that will improve the socio-economic condition of the Bangsamoro people. It is very important, and the simplicity of your ceremonies here today belies the importance of what we are opening today. It is a landmark day. It is a historic day. It is historic and it is a landmark day because it is a measure of the progress that we have made over so many decades as we have strived for peace. We have made some false starts, we have come to some successes, but we have never come this far. But it also reminds us how much work there still needs to be done. The organization of a new regional autonomous government is something that we still have to learn about. It is something that we still have to study with the experiences of other people, other countries around the world. And that was very much part of the discussion when we were talking about how we were going to form the autonomous region, the government for the autonomous region, the parliamentary, the fusion, as our minister has explained earlier, the fusion of the legislative and the executive, how that is going to work, how we will conceptualize it, how we will operationalize it. That is the job that you have before you today. To all our BARM leaders, I assure you that this administration's unwavering support for the development agenda to achieve sustainable and peaceful self-governance. I am on my way today. Later on today, I'm going to San Francisco, to the United States, to attend the Asia Pacific Economic Conference. And that is a very important thing that I have to do. But I insisted on coming here today and to make time to remind all of you that this is an important day, and it is important not only to BARM, but it is important to the entire Republic of the Philippines. I have said it before, but I will say it again. I have never recognized a Mindanao problem. Whatever problem is in Mindanao is a Philippine problem, and that is why it requires efforts of all government to make sure that BARM will be a success in the future. With the activation of all 7 mechanisms of the Intergovernmental Relations Body, a very important, there are 7 offices that now have been put together that will serve as the basis for all the policies, all the laws that you will put together, that the Parliament will put together, even the rules and regulations for how the executive will execute those rules, those laws that the Parliament will enact. So this is the beginning of that process of creating the institutions that we all know are necessary, so that we are not dependent on one group. We are not dependent on certain individuals alone. We are dependent on the institutions that will continue to work no matter what happens in the political sphere. It is not an effort that is only happening in BARM. It is also a process that we are endorsing, promoting, and encouraging in the national government to strengthen our institutions. But there lies the way forward. There lies the way to a safe, progressive, and resilient future. The national and Bangsamoro governments will now have greater cooperation because of these offices that have now been established. We will have greater cooperation, greater coordination, and we will converge towards the realization of our shared endeavors. I am also pleased to report that during the recent visit of Prime Minister Fumio Kishida of Japan, we signed and exchanged the diplomatic notes on the non-project grant aid for the acquisition of $6.8 million worth of construction equipment for road network improvement and disaster quick response operation in BARM. That is Japan. We have continued in our contacts around in the trips that I have taken for the government. Especially when we are talking to the OIC, when we are talking to Malaysia, when we are talking to other Islamic countries, we continue to remind them that BARM still needs their support. And I have to say to their credit that they have pledged that support and will continue to support BARM. And that is an important part of the success that BARM is going to have. Because with these initiatives, we will usher in a new era where BARM becomes a shining beacon of sustainable development in Mindanao and the rest of the Philippines. We venture together on this collective journey. I invite each and every Filipino to significantly take part in forging our path of progress, of inclusivity, and prosperity for the Bangsamoro region and the entire nation. We have already made our first steps. All we have to do is to continue what we have started to make sure that we never waver in our determination to succeed. Thank you, and may this assembly be a source of inspiration and productive discourse for us all.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has approved the modification of the import duty of natural gypsum and anhydrite, or those raw materials used in the making of plasterboards and cement that is primarily used for construction. According to Executive Order or EO number 46, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on behalf of the President, the EO aims to revitalize and improve the competitiveness of the plasterboard and cement industry in the country. This was also This will also help support the housing and infrastructure projects in the Philippines. The EO states that there are no operating mines of natural gypsum and anhydrite in the country, and there are also no local substitute for said products that are available for domestic producers of plasterboards and cement. It further states that the National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, shall submit to the President through the Office of the Executive Secretary its findings and recommendations on the matter, including analysis and monitoring of the gypsum and anhydrite market. The EO, signed on November 3rd, shall take effect 30 days after its publication on the Official Gazette or any newspaper of general circulation. It will remain effective for 5 years and will undergo an annual review.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine House Ways and Means Committee Chair Joey Salceda said that it is significant that the Implementing Rules and Regulations, or IRR, of the Maharlika Investment Corporation, or MIC, was finalized before President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. leaves for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC summit this week. In this way, Salceda added, the President may be able to sell the Maharlika Investment Fund, or MIF, to APEC, that serves as the biggest gathering of world economies in where the country's trading partners will also attend. President Marcos will also have the opportunity to consult with allied countries like the United States on issues concerning the tensions at the West Philippine Sea. The lawmaker also believes that the IRR was not rushed but was coincidentally released prior to the President's trip. The House Tax Chief said that President Marcos has the chance to lay out the current tensions at the West Philippine Sea with allied countries inside the APEC, as well as China, which is the Philippines' biggest trading partner.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday said he is looking forward to fostering a stronger partnership with the House of Representatives under the leadership of Speaker Martin Romualdez. The President made the remark in a birthday video greeting to Romualdez that was played during the plenary session. President Marcos highlighted how Romualdez's leadership has helped in the administration's efforts in nation building. House Speaker Romualdez celebrated his 60th birthday this Tuesday. The House, during the plenary session, adopted House Resolution number 1463, expressing the profound gratitude and appreciation of the Chamber to President Marcos for his invaluable support to the unity and integrity of the institution toward the realization of a common legislative agenda, or CLA, for a strong and prosperous nation. Out of the 57 Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council, or LEDAC, priority measures, 8 have successfully become law, including the SIM Registration Act, postponement of the barangay and SK elections in 2022, and the Agrarian Reform DEPS condonation, while 2, namely the ease of paying taxes and amendment to the Build, Operate, Transfer, or BOT, Public-Private Partnership, or PPP Code, have achieved ratification by the Bicameral Conference Committee. A remarkable 35 LEDAC bills have passed the third reading, encompassing significant initiatives like the Virology Institute of the Philippines, Passive Income and Financial Intermediary Taxation Act, or PIFITA, Package 4, and the National Disease Prevention and Management Authority, among others. Other measures are currently pending at the committee level. Last September, the House of Representatives approved 100% of 20 identified LADAC bills, or 3 months ahead of the December deadline.
Dateline Malacañang.
A total of 224 overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, and 8 children have so far been repatriated back to the country by the Philippine government since armed militants from the Palestinian group Hamas launched their attacks in southern Israel on October 7th. On Monday, the 7th batch of OFWs from Israel, composed of 39 individuals and 2 children, arrived at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, or NAIA Terminal 3, via Etihad Airways Flight EY424. The Department of Migrant Workers, or DMW, said among the 39 returnees were 29 caregivers and 10 hotel workers. Senior government officials from the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, Department of Health, or DOH, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, and the DMW, led by Assistant Secretary Levinson Alcantara, welcomed the latest batch of OFW returnees. The group was escorted to the Ben Gurion International Airport in Israel by Migrant Workers Office Israel, or MWO Israel, Labor Attaché Rodolfo Gabazan, and Welfare Officer Dina Ponciano. En route to Manila, Ambassador Alfonso Ferdinand Ver and Consul General Marford Angeles of the Embassy of the Philippines in the United Arab Emirates, or UAE, met the 39 OFWs from Israel while in transit through Abu Dhabi International Airport to check on them. The Presidential Communications Office, or PCO, earlier announced that benefits and assistance given by the Philippine government to repatriated OFWs include the return ticket from Israel to Manila, a $200 financial assistance for their immediate needs, and hotel accommodation in Israel while waiting for their flight. Upon arrival in Manila, they will also receive 50,000 pesos from the DMW, 50,000 pesos from OWA, care kits and food packs from the National Reintegration Center for OFWs, initial physical and medical checkup, and medical referral services if needed by the DOH, psychosocial assessment and evaluation by the DSWD and the DOH, 20,000 pesos financial assistance for individuals in crisis situations from the DSWD, and skills training voucher and care kits from TESDA. The DMW OWA will also shoulder their hotel accommodation, transit flights, bus tickets, and food as they wait for their transit to their homes and provinces.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines and Germany have vowed for stronger bilateral ties and improved labor cooperation to ensure security and a healthy working environment for overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs. During the kickoff celebration of the Philippines-Germany Friendship Week on Monday, held at the Department of Migrant Workers, or DMW head office in Mandaluyong City, Officer in Charge, Undersecretary Hans Leo Kakdak, through Assistant Secretary Levinson Alcantara, and German Chargé d'Affaires Matthias Cruz, said, "The celebration is a testament of the good bilateral relations between the two countries. Based on DMW data, about 12,665 Filipinos, temporary migrants, Mostly nurses are currently living and working in Germany. The week-long celebration that will end on Friday also highlights the success stories of OFWs in Germany and the firm commitment of the German government to uphold the rights and welfare of Filipino migrant workers. It also features educational seminars and presentation on the challenges encountered by Filipino migrants in Germany, as well as on the migration of skilled workers. A photo booth exhibit on the stories of dedication, perseverance, and resilience of OFWs in Germany was also placed at the DMW main office, as well as an online kamustahan among OFWs at the job site. The DMW and the German Embassy will also provide free German language lessons from Geoff Institute Philippinen to the OFWs participating in the celebration. Cruz expressed his gratitude to the DMW for initiating the Philippine-Germany Friendship Week that celebrates the success of the two nations in ensuring fair, ethical, and safe recruitment. In an event last week, the German embassy said it is working on an arrangement with the Philippine government to help streamline recruitment of Filipino professionals in sectors other than healthcare following highest standards of recruitment.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, former Philippine Senator Leila de Lima on Tuesday morning left from the hotel she is staying in Quezon City for the Minor Basilica of Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary of Manaoag in Pangasinan Province. Information gathered from de Lima's camp said that she will attend a mass and meet with the parish priest. They added that she was a devotee of Our Lady of the Most Holy Rosary of Manaoag, and every day she prays to her even while in prison. It was also confirmed that the former senator plans to go to Bicol to visit her mother, whom she has not seen in 4 years. To recall, former Senator de Lima was set temporarily free after the Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court Branch 206 allowed her to post bail amounting to 300,000 pesos on her remaining cases connected to illegal drugs. Meanwhile, United States Ambassador to the Philippines, Mary Kay Clarkson, welcomed the release of the former senator. In a tweet that was shared by the U.S. Embassy, Carlson said that she continues to monitor the case and she hopes the remaining cases will be resolved according to Philippine law. De Lima was released Monday evening by the Philippine National Police or PNP Custodial Center, in where she was detained for almost 7 years on cases involving illegal drugs. In a live streaming on her official Facebook account, the former Justice Secretary thanked the support of the international community who never stopped monitoring her case.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, we would like to invite everyone to come and visit our Facebook page at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.